So one of the projects that I work on is, looking at these evolving regional health governance in Southeast Asia, where I come from, where the Philippines is located. And in 2015, ASEAN, the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, launched its regional integration project, similar to the European Union, but not quite. And so as part of the integration, we expect a greater, mobility of goods and services and people. And so there is a much greater level or degree of cooperation among countries of Southeast Asia, 10 countries today. And I'm very interested in how regional bodies, sub-global actors such as ASEAN can help, improve health, enhance regional cooperation for health, but in particular address this nexus of universal health coverage and global health security. Uh, Interestingly, what I'm seeing now is that there are two parallel streams that are happening in Southeast Asia. In terms of UHC, the 10 countries are now on the road to UHC. There are several joint learning exercises and declarations that have been passed or signed by ministers of health in Southeast Asia around this subject. And on the other hand, there are also parallel activities happening in the area of pandemic preparedness, enhancing the capacity of countries to address infectious disease outbreaks, etc. But right now, there is no convergence between the two yet. But also the challenge is that the way Southeast Asia or ASEAN was designed is that the declarations that the body passes are not necessarily legally binding. And so there's no teeth, but there's a high degree of commitment among the countries because it's adopting a consensus-based way of decision making. And so what I can see now is there's some promise towards mutually reinforcing the two, UHC and global health security. But also there might be some challenges. For instance, one of the papers that I wrote like 3 years ago was on, migrant inclusion in universal health coverage. And as I've mentioned, part of ASEAN integration is free flow of or mobility of people within the region. And migration is a very sensitive topic. It can, strike very delicate chords, especially when you talk about, national security. But on the other hand, since Southeast Asia is now, becoming a much more unified region, maybe it's high time to actually, put on the table UHC coverage for migrants, for non-citizens, vis-a-vis the global health security agenda. So these, of course, are developments that are yet to be seen, and I'm excited to witness them in the years to come.